welcome to this week's Monday Minutes. My name is Kelly.
And my name is Jessie, and this week we are going to start a three-piece series where we talk to you all about Koha's new ERM, or the Electronic Resource Module. Now, this is a great enhancement to the community that we saw in 2211, and this now allows you to manage any type of electronic resource that your library subscribes to. So whether you're a public or an academic or a special library, this really empowers you to keep track of what you're spending, where you could keep track of any documents that are related to it, all in one place.
Yeah, this is fantastic, Jessie. I'm so excited.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the agreements module first. And you'll notice here that we have a button that now shows the e-resource management module. Now, in order to turn that on, you do need to go into Koha's administration and your global system preferences, and you'll see there's a new tab here that says e-resource management. If you click on that, the only thing you have to do to get started is hit this enable button. And what that'll do is that will populate the module on this left-hand side. Now, as the next couple weeks go on with Monday Minutes, we'll talk about some of the other features, but today we're going to focus on the agreements. The agreements is going to be the first place that you want to start when you're setting up your ERM. Agreements allow you to essentially manage any type of packages that you have, any type of vendors that you're subscribing to. Think about Overdrive or Hoopla, or maybe ProQuest or Ancestry. And then you can come in here and manage all of that information. You'll see at the top of the screen, there is a button that allows you to create the new agreement. This is where you'll enter in the agreement name. You can connect directly to any of your vendors within the acquisitions module. You can give it a description, so just a breakdown of what this agreement between the library and the vendor covers. The next thing you'll see is a status. This tells your staff if the agreement is active, closed, or in negotiation. And Kelly, can you guess where we can modify these drop-down options?
Well, authorized values, of course, in our administration module.
Yes, we saw an addition of over 10 new authorized values when the ERM was introduced. So anywhere you see these drop-downs, closure reasons, if it is a closed agreement, renewal options, anytime you see that drop down, you have those options right within authorized values to update that information. Now, in next week's Monday Minutes, we'll talk about licensing. So you'll see a button right here where we can actually link more and talk about the licensing agreement that we have. And then down below, you'll see a couple options. The first is going to be periods. This is where you can use the calendar picker to select the dates that your agreement is active. If you do decide to cancel or not renew the agreement, you can select your cancellation reasons. The next thing you'll see is users. This is where you can actually connect it to a particular librarian or staff member that's in charge of this. So for example, if we type Kelly, we could come in here and say that Kelly is the staff member that is in charge of this particular agreement within the system. From here, you'll see roles. And again, these are completely customized in
Authorized values.
The last couple things you'll see here is licenses. This is again where we can connect to existing licenses within your ERM, give it a status. You do have a way to connect it to another agreement. This is fantastic for consortias. So if you're part of a consortia or a statewide opportunity, like I'm in Florida, so all of our libraries have access to what we call the Florida Electronic Library, where there's several Gale databases where we can have access to those. So again, I can keep track of all of that information in there because those are databases that we have access to. The last thing down below you'll see is documents. And this is where you can upload any arbitrary documents that pertain to the agreement. So maybe you want to save emails that you've exchanged when you were negotiating this agreement, or a list of information that pertains to the agreement itself. This allows you to come in here, select a document, whether you scanned it or saved it, and then save it right with that agreement in the system. Now, once those agreements are created, you'll have a table where Koha will allow you to view those agreements, and it's pretty familiar. So when we're looking at any type of table, really in Koha, you'll see these same features. You can search the entire table with the search box. You can use the individual columns to narrow down your search. And you'll also see a box up top, which allows you to filter. So if I'm just looking for things maybe that are about to expire, or I want to look maybe things that are going to expire at the end of the year, I could come right in, select that, and filter out those options. So this is just a really great way for you to be able to manage agreements that you have for electronic purchases within your system. And Kelly, why don't we talk about koha-us real quick and what we'll be doing there?
This is so exciting. So next month, koha-us conference is going to be held in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And we actually have a presentation on the electronic resource module. So we will really deep dive into the whole entire module. And we're kind of doing this next 3-week series as a little sneak peek at what you're going to get and get you really hyped to either attend koha-us or watch it online.
All right.
Okay, well, thanks, Jessie. This was really fantastic. I'm excited to learn more.
Me too.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.